record for task 164. Add another option to add more variable for x-axis and y-axis. There will be some problem during this demonstration, and I will explain really how it happens and what I can do after figure out this problem. So as the task say, add another option to add more variable for x-axis and y-axis for chart line columns area in the line chart. That's those three are the one that we have right now, as you can see in the option over here, table pie column. So that's one on apply for x-axis for column area and line charts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to add more data into here right now. Just linking all the tables together, add some data, current balance, age, 4. Then into table to show all the data have been displayed over here. Alright, so this is all the information that we got for this kind of attribute. So now I change to columns and pick out the axis. Like for this example, I use name and another number variable like current balance. So as you can see, this is the first basic columns with only one x-axis and y-axis attributes. So what I can do is that I can change, allow user to select multiple x-axis and y-axis. So the first case is that if they select only one x-axis and multiple y-axis. So try now we add another axis over here, just 2 for now. It will show you another different chart, showing different value of it. For example, the blue one is the current balance and the black one is the age of that one. So if you keep going with adding more things on it, you got the phone number over here. So since the value is kind of small, so it doesn't have any much. So this current balance here will be calculated based on this y-axis over here, less than 1000. This y-axis over here will be account for any value that over 1000. For example, right now we got a phone, we got an age. So this is on demonstration only. So that's it for the first case scenario when you want only one y-axis and multiple y-axis. So if we delete all of these things, we choose it again, reset it, and now the different scenario is that we got multiple x-axis and multiple y-axis. So if I can try to click on contact name here, so right now we have two y-axis. So the only things that we have to notice about this scenario is that you can only choose the maximum amount of two x-axis, because there will be, if you exist to x-axis, there will be no way to display those information on the chart. So the recommendation I have put over here, the 2 tips over here, choose column for the y-axis. At most 2 columns can be chosen. So I choose name and card contact name over here, and then configure. What happens that is show you information of all the information that corresponding to each axis. So this legend over here display the second contact name in here as second axis. So if you add another axis, there will no more place to add things to distinguish what this axis is all about, what information does it respond to. So only 2 axes is allowed to be inserted into a chart. But the problem, so right now I only have one y-axis to responding here. So transfer, current balance, Apple things. So what happened with the y-axis that for each value, for each contact name, Oracle, Supply, Consumer, McDonald's over here, if we have their own array set of we have their own set of array to store information. For example, Oracle supplier, we have 270, transfer we had 2456. So if we add another y-axis, which means that we have to add another set of array with the same name with of that with the same name, contact name, for example. In this case it's contact name. So if that happens, I'm not sure, I cannot check when going through all this set of value what kind of value is it responding to. For example, if I add another age now over here, when adding values, because it had the same name, contact name, array name, I cannot set to another name, because if you completely change the whole thing, so because there are two exactly arrays of contact name, so when I'm checking for value, if that it is repeated or it belongs to one of them, because they have the same name, so I'm not sure how we can check the things with the same name, with the same contact name. So that's what happened with the multiple y-axis in the x-axis. So that should probably be the case. I should look further into in the future, but for now, I can only do multiple x-axis and only one y-axis. As you can see, that is successfully appearing here. So if I choose another tables, for example, product, supply, stock level, unit price, contact name, showing the data, unit price, and adding more information, 65, something like that. Add them to here, choosing the table, another line chart, for example, contact name, stock level, and unit price. As you can see, it appears, the line chart appears to be normal. Same for the area chart. Yep, for example, area chart and everything else. I add another supply day here to test other chart to see if it works. So right now, if you can see that if I add this thing over here, it just completely wrong. It doesn't show anything correctly. Like, what is this? Right. So if I want to show here, it's better because only 94, 64, that's the correct amount of data. So for example, 65, showing 64. Oh, this is stock level. Sorry, stock level. So 64 corresponding to the exact number for each of them. So that's the end of my demonstration, and for the problem that occurs during this demonstration, I will go further if I have need more times to do this task, because I don't want to spend too much time on this task. But 80% of the task has been done, and probably the client would probably want to see this feature. So that's the end of the report. Thank you.